All right, you ready to go? We back. We live.
No proof.
There actually is absolutely no proof. We have no idea if we're actually doing anything or not. Because I'm still waiting to load all of my stuff.
What kind of stuff do you have to load?
All of our social media channels where people can like interact with us and stuff. And like actually see what they're saying. I don't know.
Overrated.
Way overrated.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
I'm sure they're into that.
They're into that? What?
I don't know. People like weird stuff.
You're not wrong.
Ah, where'd my head go?
I don't know what I just did. Just if you comment about the video, I'm not paying attention to it.
Nobody's commenting anything.
No, I mean, like, if it jumps around, I'm like, I have no idea what it's doing. I think I have you on, like, one screen, but it's not loading, so I'm like, you could be wearing a unicorn head, and I'd just be like, oh, okay, cool.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know why you don't have it on.
Surprise. It is so hard to breathe in that thing.
I was gonna say, can you even talk through it?
No. I mean, we can't talk through it, but you cannot breathe.
Breathing is so 2018.
Yeah.
Who even needs to breathe?
Are there things that don't breathe? I was like trying to think of animals that don't breathe.
I think people, they like breathe through, oh God, why are you doing this? Like, why are you like talking about science things? And I'm like, sure.
Like a worm? Does a worm breathe?
I think they breathe through their butts. No, that's turtles.
I think they poop through their butts.
No, they breathe through their... Look it up. Look up turtles breathing through their butts. It's a real thing.
Then what the heck is their mouth for? Just eating.
Complaining.
Complain.
Turtles like to complain. I honest to God have no idea. I'm kind of excited to know if you do.
Turtles breathe through anus.
What the fuck are we doing today?
That's what it says.
You got Twitch,
a white-throated snapping turtle.
Do you have Twitch
only.
up?
Do I have what? Sorry.
Do you have Twitch up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Facebook then. Look, Facebook, we're paying attention to you today. It's a goddamn miracle.
Animals don't breathe.
I don't think that, like...
Worms! I was right!
Really? Worms? I thought they, like, breathe through their skin, like the...
They do, but so, like, it's not actual breathing.
I
guess. Jellyfish.
I'm impressed by the amount of people that know this stuff, though. Like, TBH.
TBH.
TBH, today I learned.
Today we learned that turtles breathe out of their butts.
Today I learned that my power went off at some point this weekend. And this shows you how much, like, work I actually get done from my bed, which is kind of weird to say out loud, but it's cool. It's smartphones and tablets. You can get a lot of stuff done. But
other stuff too.
My office was freezing because the heater hadn't been on in like 5 days.
Oh my God.
And it was a mere 0 degrees for the majority of the last 5 days.
Good Lord. That sounds awful.
Yeah, it was really stupid of me. So I feel good now that I'm back. I'm back, you know, here doing our job like I was supposed to be doing on Monday, but failed.
I'm back here.
I was trying not to sound like a BB Mac song, the 2000s boy band, the British ripoff of NSYNC.
What?
The back here song.
Cause I'm back here.
Baby.
All right, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, don't make me sing the rest of it.
Keep going.
Oh yeah, you're so turned on, everybody.
TikTok's a thing, man. This is just live TikTok.
As somebody who, you know this because I am embarrassing the general public most of the time, I like to lip sync, and I like to smoke, lip sync, and like do that to music all the time, and it's embarrassing. And for somebody who does that as much as I do, I should be more inclined to be a TikTok superstar, but I just don't give a fuck. And I could be, I bet. I bet I could be #1 TikToker.
#1 TikToker.
What a goal.
I think you could be pretty high up there.
Man.
Especially for like a whisper thing. Like if you just do a whisper thing constantly, like just keep doing the same song, and then
And
like
then just see
different locations though.
to different people. That's actually a really good gimmick. I should do that.
Yeah, you could be TikTok famous.
Hey, how you doing,
They
mama?
sponsor people. I don't know what kind of money there is in that.
They
But
do?
Mhm.
That's incredible.
Yeah, one of the cosplayers I follow is sponsored by them, and I'm like, but she didn't even do it before, so I was really confused. Like they just reached out to her,
Huh.
and she has to post like once a month.
TikTok.
TikTok.
I'm gonna put our just chatting up there so people know that we're just shooting the shit. I was supposed to be emailing people things, and I have not done that either. I apologize.
Wow, you're such a slacker.
I can just put this 80s logo up there. Yes, I love this so much. It's staying.
I'm just kidding. I woke up at a bright and early noon.
Yes! So good morning to Megan.
I have done nothing. Oh, that logo's cool.
Isn't that fun?
I'm into it.
I feel like we're gonna be in, what is it, the Gladiators. Fuck yes. And Kristen said she keeps thinking of Kesha's song when you say TikTok. Yes, I know. They ruined it.
My sister said, I don't know what the deals are usually, but someone supposedly would offer $10K for something TikTok related. Holy cow.
Okay, if they're offering 10K for things, I will totally jump in.
Let's go. I will sing for 15 seconds. It's so small. That's the reason why TikTok to me is tolerable. They're so short. I can handle that.
You're like the midgets of social media.
Yeah, that's what they call TikTok all the time.
Honestly, I feel like it's a show of social media. It's more like a fucking freak show, and I think that's not fair to midgets. Midgets are normal people. These are like actual circus freak people that 9 times out of 10 I feel like they're cousins married to each other. I don't know.
It's not a bad guess. I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems that for that many people to be like expressing love. I don't know if people know that TikTok app, like everyone can see it, because I feel like some people do like weird marriage and relationship proposals and stuff on it.
What?
You haven't seen these? Oh my god,
No.
It's so uncomfortable. It's
They
so
propose on TikTok?
Yes, and then they like they ask out other TikTokers. Oh my god, I know way too much about this.
What?
Yeah, it's really fucking weird.
Oh
And it's
my
like
God.
grown-ass people too. Then I saw some chick, and I'm not knocking on people that use oxygen tanks, okay? Like I don't need to have an army of people that can't breathe very well coming after me.
Do they breathe out of their butts?
Yes. You could
Can
probably
you
put an
do
oxygen
that?
tank in your butt. Can you put oxygen up your ass? Do we know this? Doctors, hello. We meet with Recovery Hydration this week, so we're going to be talking to them. We're going to have to ask.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
But
I
no,
don't
like
see why
I
not.
saw this lady with an oxygen tank. It was, I don't want to say she was unattractive, but dear God, it was like a tortoise with an oxygen tank, and she had like 2 teeth, and she was like talking about how if you're gonna pull my hair, you better be slapping my ass too. And I was like,
What?
do people that can't breathe get laid more than I do too? Like, that's impressive.
Where do you put the oxygen cord? Like,
No, but it's okay. I'm like, you get down with your bad self. I am down with everybody getting laid as much or as little as they want to. But holy shit, she's like raring to go.
well, man, those people that are like, well, we all know, ugly people, man, they do some crazy, kinky stuff. So
The
I feel like she's got the fat corner.
The vampire making out's cool too. That's my other favorite TikTok
Vampire
genre.
making out?
Yeah, it's like these people that honestly think to God, like they swear up and down they're fucking vampires. And it's Megan, I'm telling you, I know you deleted the app, but you might need to be our TikTok reporter. Like,
Where do you find all of these people?
Okay, you have to follow j.cyrus on Instagram. It's Cyrus. And
Okay.
he has highlight reels of these TikTok apps. And it's insane. Like, I spent, well, that one weekend, I was snowed in.
Yeah, you sent them all to me.
I think, yeah, I was like, I think I might have died in your mind that weekend because I had bothered you so much on social media. I had nothing to do. We were both inside, but you have other things. You have hobbies. You were busy.
I don't have hobbies.
TikTok stalking is a hobby. Oh, I'm so well cultured. But he has them all there. And I was just like captivated. After one weekend, somebody sent me his profile link. I think it was Crystal down in Arizona. And I was captivated ever since. And he updates them daily. He like purposely goes out of his way to find these people, and it's beautiful. And he also posts the inspiring ones that are like people that are learning to walk again after like a serious automobile accident, whatever.
Oh,
It's really cool. I get emotional, and then and the next one, it's like some giant vampire making out session. So it's like I can't feel too human. Like if you feel too much, then you have to see the vampires again.
I think though that there should be a very strict rule on TikTok that you have to actually be lip syncing to something. Like
you didn't know that, did you?
No. And that pisses me off. Like you are not TikToking, you are Instagramming on another account. Yeah. Like go away.
Well, and my favorite part is that you and I could like record something. Like they could take the audio from this broadcast and go and like use that and lip sync to that. So it's just like you can lip sync to movies. The creepy couples that lip sync to 50 Shades of whatever it is. It's gray, and then like 50 Shades of whatever the series are. Yeah. They lip sync out like sex scenes.
See, that I'm okay with. Well, okay, I'm not okay with that. That's gross.
Is this your thing now?
Like, if they're reenacting a movie or whatever, like, that falls within the lines. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Even the freaking fitness girl with the stupid baby video, at least she's following the rules. There are people, though, that just go on there and talk. Like, talk. And I'm like, you are not playing right.
And I think that falls under the lines of people that honestly don't know that like everyone else in the world can see them. Like it's not like you can have a private account, but I don't think many people do because they want the fame and notoriety. TikTok? Yeah.
Who wants to just send their TikToks to their fucking friends? Like, here's me.
This is what gets me. This day and age, you and I both understand like the privacy issue. Like we get it. Like I have a family. I don't want them on the internet. Mostly because
that man has a family.
That man has a family. This woman has a family. I have a family that I don't want them exposed to. My internet persona, like it's not ideal for, whatever. And people that take my internet personas too seriously, you guys are idiots. But private Twitter, private Instagram, both seem so stupid to me.
Yeah. Like, who are you? I mean, I can understand Twitter only if you're using it to read other people's things. Like, if you are tweeting out from your private account, go to Facebook. Like, this is where your people are. You have no friends. Like,
yeah. No, and people say, well, it's my job. And I'm like, well, make an anonymous Twitter.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
How many people do we know that have a freaking fake cartoon of somebody else or whatever as an account?
So many. I mean, not that we would ever have burners. Never.
I don't have burners.
No.
I would though. I'm just too lazy.
You're like, I just don't want to manage all that.
Yeah, I'm too lazy for burners, but I totally would.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like if you are employed by somebody, you shouldn't have a Twitter. Then have a fake one. Make some. You're fine. We have dogs. We're dog people, okay? Just get over it. She has a family, a fur family that she has to protect. I know. That's a little bit of a stretch, but I get it. Like, you're trying to protect your job, whatever. That just seems a little bit ridiculous. So, private Instagram, I have a private Instagram for pictures of my family, but my own Instagram, like people that post memes behind private Instagrams and then people who use hashtags behind private Instagrams. I don't think you know how this works. Hashtags generate followers. I feel like we need to teach like a crash course on like people from like, I would say 35 to like 55 of how social media works, because it's the stuff that nobody tells you. Like When you log on to Twitter, they don't tell you everyone can see your favorites, so don't favorite a bunch of porn if you're a politician.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that people need to know.
Anything, all platforms, except for Facebook. I don't know how to see what you've interacted with there. But any other platform, if you interact with anything, I can see that. I can see.
And I think that you and I was surprised because the other day I found out that you have notifications on for me. And I was like, that is a commitment. I thought the more time we would spend, the more I would be muted on every social media platform. But you have doubled down and put on notifications for everything that I'm like, what? So I recently did the same for you. And I've concurred that you are dead.
I know. You did text me like, are you okay?
Nothing. Like, not even like, not like later posting, not like teaser posting, no banking going on. I'm like, she died. Okay.
She died.
I know I'm talking to you, but this could just be a new contraption she's come up with. I
did die for a couple days.
It happens.
Yeah.
Monday, I got my hair put back in, so I feel like I'm what is it? Samson and Delilah, right? Who had the hair?
Samson had the hair. And I only know that from a song. Who sang that song? It was
Pointer
super
Sisters.
depressing. Who?
Pointer Sisters? I listened to the it's fire. It's like there's Romeo and Juliet, Samson and Delilah, Baby You Can Bet. A Love Like Ours. I don't know. I'm just going to stop.
Oh, okay. Regina Spektor. That's who it was. Sorry.
I'm 36. Raised that age of the old folks, lady. First of all, Kristen, I'm on Facebook. I'm talking to Facebook, so this might throw people off. 36 for women doesn't count. Because, like, I'm talking about... I honestly think that old men need... social media lessons. Like, my dad needs them. Like, if you join social media between the ages of 35 and 55, you don't know what's going on. As much as you want to say that you do, you really don't.
I would say, no, honestly, I would say dudes of all ages.
Okay.
I'll say women 40 and up.
Okay. My favorite brand of woman is the mom that makes her husband boomerang everything she's doing to her 90 followers. That meme will never get old to me. Because that's going to be us when we become irrelevant.
Boomer.
We'll go on vacations together and be like, I have 90 followers on this Instagram account. Take pictures of me.
I can't. Family Instagram accounts kill me. I can't do it. Like, that's what Facebook is for. Like, this is where nudes are. Can you stop?
Can you stop?
There are nudes and memes, and that. Well, I mean, we can't even get full nude. There are hint of nudes. And that's what we're here for.
Instagram is no fun. Twitter, you can put like your whole sex tape up.
And they do, because I like open my Twitter. I'm like, there's a naked body.
I have like a lot of problematic followers. It's only problematic when I'm trying to get work done. Like, they will retweet the weirdest stuff in the middle of the day.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh, hello, porn.
There it is.
The worst ever. And I'm talking to anyone that retweeted this during this time. And if you know what I'm talking about, that means you've been on Twitter for a while. And I think you were around during this time. The guy having sex with a McChicken.
What?
It was all... I woke up to it. I don't know what day it was, but I know it was not a day that I needed to wake up to a guy banging a McChicken.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Okay.
I've woken up to people like using remotes as sex toys, like a Uverse remote, and I've never looked at mine the same. It's like, ugh.
Those are shaped funny.
They are, and I'm just like, oh boy. There's just a lot. Like, what's the weirdest thing you've ever seen on your timeline?
That's a good question. I don't really get anything super weird because I just instantly block those people. I don't know. The most recent thing that I can only think of is the Josh Briscoe thing with Quato's horse. When he made it into a Valentine's Day.
Josh Briscoe, did you see him tweet you?
No, because
I told you about it. Yeah, okay, that's true.
I saw that you replied to something, and then I have blocked, so I don't know.
This is the greatest thing ever. So Josh tweeted, I said, oh, you guys better go look at Sprots Glitter's likes right now, or nobody go look at your likes right now. Mm-hmm. And Josh Briscoe, just then did he go to your page to find that he was blocked from Johnny Cueto's horse dying. Popeye!
I was not joking.
No, you weren't joking, but I don't think that he understood. Because I sent you Popeye dying, and we had a little, like, sad DM fest about it. Not really. We made jokes, which was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it was sad and funny, but it's not for the TL.
But it was alarming more than anything else, because dead horse, just chilling.
Just out of nowhere. Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah. Johnny?
Here's my dead horse.
Poor Johnny. He just, like, he got on Instagram Live for 20 seconds the other day. Just to pop up, to make everybody's notifications go up. He got on Instagram Live, showed off his pool. Like, we get it. You have more money than us. And then immediately hopped off. It was a 30-second long Instagram Live. That's it.
He's so weird.
Do the Giants
he
not
needs
have
the lessons? He doesn't get it either.
But do the Giants not have, like, a social media thing? Because I feel like the Royals would be like, hey, you, stop going live every 20 seconds. I don't know.
Honestly, most baseball teams are sorely lacking in having somebody for social media training, let alone social media monitoring.
That makes sense.
No.
So no, not at all. We monitor their social media.
That's funny. We do. And, I mean, the Royals have always kind of cherry-picked boring people. So there's really never been anybody that was, like, out there. So I don't actually know if the Royals have somebody or not. But I don't think so. Most major league teams, baseball players are very different than any other professional athletes. They do not jump onto the social media to haze or, do stuff. Or
How so?
You don't really hear from them. Like, they don't post on their own social media as much. Like, look at Travis Kelce. The minute he hit off season, it's, here's me doing this. Here's me modeling. Here's me in a Dalmatian coat for no reason. Like, he has all of this stuff. You don't see a single baseball. Like, who did you hear from in the offseason? Bryce Harper has a food account with his wife. They don't even post to that. Like,
wow.
Hardly ever. So they just don't do it. And I don't know why. That's just the culture of baseball, that they're very private.
Well, and that makes sense because baseball is a little bit more of an old school sport. So you get the NBA coming out. And I'm sure you saw Adam Silver's comments at that summit that he was at, or that conference that he was at, saying basically that social media has ruined players' lives. Yeah.
He said that social media has made teams not into teams anymore. It's all a bunch of individuals, which I can get behind that. Yeah. I will agree. Like, he said that, you get on a bus, everybody's got their headphones in, even when they're walking in places. Like, they don't talk to anybody anymore. They're not, like, greeting the door guy. So I understand that. That's more music, though. I don't really know that I can blame that on social media like he did, but...
Yeah, he did blame it on... I mean, but people could be listening to, like, hype up tapes or podcasts or something. I don't know. It just seems that for him to compare MJ in the 90s, because they had no social media or cell phones, they still had CD players or cassette tapes. They could have done that.
Yeah.
It's a personal choice, and I don't want to blame something that has brought so much joy to so many people's lives, like social media has, because people throw it under the bus all the time. When you and I, like, will talk to people, they're like, God, I would hate to have to be on social media all the time for work. And I'm like, well, congratulations, go back to your desk job where you just hate to be there from 9 to 5 anyways. So suck a dick. Right? What we do is exhausting, but what a lot of people don't understand is how much joy it's brought. Like, think about the NBA and how they've connected to so many kids and so many different families that they've helped over the years. And I would look at that as a positive, but maybe Adam Silver is just normally that fucking depressing, or what?
Oh, he's always depressing. He is
okay.
The weirdest person ever to be in charge of the NBA. You're just like, why? Like, what part of you even enjoys going outside? Because I don't think he does.
He's like, that takes down time.
He is an odd human. In a good, like, kind of the opposite of the NFL way. Like, he's very hands-off, like, kind of like, oh, yeah, go do what you do. Tweet ridiculous things, get caught in a sex scandal every other week, every player. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if maybe that was a little bit of a dig kind of towards Tristan Thompson in a way, like, because that social media is ruining his life. But I don't know. It was odd.
Yeah, and Tristan Thompson, by the way, is out with another chick already.
Of course.
Roaming around. Like, so he's just begging, like, please just fucking break up with me, Chloe. And she's not.
I don't get why. Like, the dude's not, I mean, I understand saving face for your daughter, but the dude's not going to marry you. So you're not getting your money that way. Like, you're just going to have to get him to pay you all the time. And you pretending to be his girlfriend forever is not doing it.
Well, she has way more money than him.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I feel like anybody that has to be pregnant deserves endless amounts of cash, because that sounds awful.
You're not wrong. I completely agree with that. At the doctor today, the receptionist was pregnant, but she was so, like, petite that I didn't notice when she got up. I'm like, oh, you're pregnant. She's like, don't remind me. I'm like, oh, you're tired of it. Got it. Understand. But no, it's weird to see Adam Silver throwing shade, because it's not something that I would expect him to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, he is a bit of a shade thrower from time to time. He's one of those people who's just like, I am superior to the world. I don't even need to come down to you guys and talk to you or give you rules because I'm so much better for no reason at all. Everybody's like, who are you? I mean, they know.
Tiny little penis, though.
He does. He looks like a little worm. So yeah, I don't really know. He's also a little bit misplaced. I get that social media has changed the game, but everything has. I mean, the reason that players are the way that they are, like with their headphones on and all of that stuff, is because the way that we raised them. Like in MJ's day, we were raised like, you want to be on the team, you want to be on the Olympic team, like this is the goal, blah blah blah. And then our generation came around and it's wholly individual. Like if you're not playing 18 sports and getting straight A's, you're going to die. So
I just want to say, as somebody who didn't do either of those, I'm still alive. We good.
I did all of those things. And
well, your perfection. I could feel like you were like number one, like a little bit of a Hermione.
Got my Harry Potter. Let's go.
Yeah. See, look at you. I was like the kids that's left and started a joke shop. But it's not a joke shop, it's a podcast.
Yeah, but you did sports.
Yeah, lacrosse was awesome, but nobody played it, so I always had to travel. So I didn't even get the team that I had we weren't a team at all. They all went to Pembroke Hill, and I went to Shawnee Mission East, so they were all together during the day, and like I had one teammate that played with me, and the school newspaper, I remember this, what up, Dowd Tate, who got like a National Journalism Award, but let this story slip under the radar. In 2005, I think, 2006, can't remember. We were playing a tournament in St. Louis, and one of the guys that worked for the newspaper came out and took pictures of practice, not a game, practice.
Talking about practice.
And shot pictures of this chick who didn't even play offense, scoring the quote-unquote game-winning goal, but yet it was on our goalie, and we were all in our warm-ups. Like, and he said, picture of Taryn something, I forgot her last name, scoring game-winning goal for Kansas City girls lacrosse. Just another accomplishment on the road. And I'm like,
what?
It was the worst. So I'm like reading the school newspaper, and I'm like, am I the only, because I'm the only other one that goes there, and I'm like, I go to this school and y'all didn't even take a picture of me, and I like blocked a goal that could have won the game for the other team. No picture there. Okay, cool. So it's just like, I went in there like fucking pissed. I was like, that's fake. That's fake. Like, we were in our fucking warm-ups, and it was on the front page. It was nuts.
You were the original fake news girl.
Yeah, I was blowing whistles on everybody.
This is fake news.
Screaming into the office. You award-winning journalist teacher? Fucking liar. Nah. It always made me mad. And so no one believed me. They believed the other guy. And I'm like, I play on the team. I'm right here in the team photo. Like, you published that, but didn't like credit the fact that I'm here. It's cool. So it wasn't fun. Like on high school games where you could wear like your jerseys and stuff to school, I'd be the only one, and people just thought it was weird.
Oh my god. You were the weird lacrosse girl. They're like,
you were the weird horse
she's
girl.
on a team.
You were the weird horse girl. Did you wear boots to school?
I was not a horse girl in high school.
Ah, man.
I was only a horse girl when I was a kid. I can't even talk horse girl. I took horseback riding lessons for like 2 days when I was a child.
So you were a Sagittarius then too. Awesome.
Yeah, and I freaked the heck out. And so
why?
That was the end. I don't even have a rational excuse for why. I was really young. I was like 6 or 7. And they put me up on this horse, and they're like, all you have to do is just like hold on. We're riding around the arena. And then she's like, put your arms out, like, you know. And I was like, nope, not doing it. And I left.
You know, it happens.
I was not afraid. There was no reason.
Maybe you would watch Superman and realize Christopher Reeves got in a really bad accident.
I could. I don't think it even did. When did that happen?
It was really a long time ago.
Oh, okay. I think so. I was old enough.
Yeah, you would have known. Okay. I don't know. I'm not good with this history stuff out of nowhere. I just like to pull it up and have absolutely no fact or backing of the historical event.
It happened. I swear.
We all know it happened. Man, that kind of. So, what did you do in high school? You were sports and theater, or did you?
Yeah, I did a lot of theater and color guard, which is not really a sport, but it was.
It totally is.
It was for a couple of years. We had actually like pro coaches for 2 or 3 years from professional color guard things, which is an actual thing that I did not know existed until then. And so we had to like condition and run and shit. It was awful.
That sounds awful, but also badass.
I'm badass.
Good for you.
Badass. Yeah, so it was a lot of extracurriculars at 8,000 charity groups because I was convinced I was a debutante.
You are.
A little Deb.
Definitely.
1995. Okay, so that was like exactly when I was taking horseback riding lessons. So maybe that was why.
See? Solving fucking childhood problems here, guys.
I don't know.
That's amazing.
I did love Superman growing up, but I didn't love that one. I loved Lois and Clark with Dean Cain.
Dean Cain was my childhood crush.
Me too.
Oh my god, this is amazing. He was so freaking hot, and like I liked him better as Clark Kent because he was all like, I don't know, cute and adorable.
He had like that little like hair like swoop thing.
Oh,
and I was like, this is it.
He had Elvis hair. Yep.
Him and Tommy the White Ranger. I've always like long hair. It's been since I was a kid. Can't blame me.
Tommy the White Ranger. What do you mean?
The White Power Ranger?
Oh, I was like,
or no, he was white. Sometimes he had like this weird green situation involved in it, but he was white.
Yeah, because he went in between the white and the gold, or the white and the green, but he had like gold everything.
And gold too, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, if you don't mind turning me down in your headphones just a little bit, we'll go ahead and get the show started.
I went the wrong way. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Wednesday on here instead. I have to actually type it.
I thought we had started. You took off the just chatting.
Oh no, it's cool. But we did get some actual sports content in there, so congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations. We did it!
We did it!
Yay.
Alright guys, it is Wednesday. Welcome in, squad, and thank you for joining us on the Sprots Take Show, proudly brought to you by the lovely folks at Recovery Hydration Therapy. 816-877-6186. Call them or text them. Your one-stop shop to no longer being hungover.
No longer hungover. And they have vitamin B extra bonus shots, so
they are doing that. This month is going to be a freaking marathon, and if you aren't aware of that already, they're going to be down. We're going to get all the details for the Big 12 tournament if you guys are going down there for that. I'm going to get B12 shots every day. I don't know if I can. I think that's not allowed.
That's good for you.
But I will be getting a drip. We have our new vlogging setup for the tournament, and we'll be doing a live show Friday from the Marriott. So, all right, guys, come and join us.
Casual.
I might still be in my robe. I don't know.
I think we should we should do 2. One in a robe, obviously. And then one, like, just, like, right in the lobby, like, see who stops by.
Let's just see. The last time I was in that lobby, Whit Merrifield and his entire family were there. So
there we go. You don't know. We might find Whit.
I think you should probably be in Arizona, but I don't know.
No. Apparently, Cueto's filming pools, so you can do whatever you want.
I can't imagine like Danny Duffy. Well, first of all, I know if Danny Duffy is doing an Instagram live and he's just filming a pool, chances are he's high.
Yeah, that is not wrong. Danny Duffy is the type of guy that would get into like peyote, like in spring training.
We all know the story of the guy who did acid and had to pitch a game.
Mm-hmm. There's a whole song about it.
Yeah, and if anyone were to do that again and bring it back, it'd be Danny Duffy.
Absolutely, Danny Duffy would pitch a game on acid. He would, like, he's just like one of those guys, like, kind of if the dude was in modern times, like, that's what Danny Duffy is. Like, he's just like, I'm gonna do it to say, or to see what it feels like, you know?
It's just like, I think it was a no-hitter, wasn't it? Because I remember watching this when I was really young, like actually really, really young. I watched a story about it, and they never mentioned acid. They just said Doc Ellis pitches no-hitter in like miraculous fashion. And I remember watching that and being like, what was so miraculous about that? Isn't that what pitchers are supposed to do? Like, ideally speaking.
Ideally, you should be on acid.
No, they didn't say acid. So like when it came out that he was on acid, I'm like, I was more impressed.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I don't know how acid, it makes you see things, right?
Yeah, I've never done it, and this is actually God's honest truth. I would tell you if I had done a drug, trust me. I've never tried it, but it makes you hallucinate. It makes, sometimes people have bad acid. You know those weird old like acid cartoons? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They were designed to like help people come down off of like bad highs and stuff, and I think that's fascinating.
Really? So they were made to like mellow you?
Some of them, and people have adverse reactions to it. And honestly, from what I've heard, we have a really good friend that trips acid all the time. Honestly, did it during the Big 12 tournament once, and I was mildly concerned.
Oh no!
And it was like talking to a toddler that didn't know how to use words. Like, you could see that they were there, and it was the same person, and they were aware of things, but it was like super slowed down, almost like they took a bunch of melatonin and tried to stay awake and fought through it or something. I don't know. It was very bizarre, but the closest I've ever done to that was shrooms. And shrooms, I just walked around thinking everybody had a beard, but they didn't. So I was definitely hallucinating. But acid, I'm pretty sure, does the same. Like, I think it's way more intense, though.
So is shrooms like, is that the one where they have all like the funky color shit for, or is that for acid?
I think it's for both. I think it's any hallucinogen. I'm not a drug expert,
Okay.
But if anybody knows the difference, help.
Help.
But shrooms don't show up on drug tests. Not saying to do them, but they
They're
don't.
food.
Yeah, so but like they're not, like, acid would show up somehow, I'm pretty sure, and shrooms don't. So like a lot of people in the federal government take shrooms and just, and, you know, live their life. Maybe that's a break from what's going on in the real world. I have no idea.
I don't understand the allure of like wanting to distort your reality. Like, that sounds awful.
To that extent. I think like being high is one thing. It just kind of mellows you out. It makes you very like happy and calm. And well, you've seen me completely baked. I'm harmless. Like, you could tell me you look like a, you could be like, you look like a blob of shit, and I'd be like, that's beautiful.
You would laugh.
I would laugh
a lot when you're high.
And it's just, I would rather take something that like you can just laugh and enjoy yourself and feel better than heroin is really weird. I don't get it. Like, people like basically become zombies, and can't function. I'm like, I don't really see the point of that. Like, yeah, a good blunt or a good edible can knock you on your ass, but
yeah,
like not to where you're passing out driving and stuff. Like all the stoners I know are very mild mannered and mean no harm. It's just the other drugs. So I guess when people say they're high, you need to clarify it because it could be high on life.
that's true.
You're high on life.
I hate people that say that. People that say I'm high on life. Go to hell.
Or
like, there's no need. There's no need to say that. I don't do drugs. I also don't say that I'm ever high on life.
Right.
Like, it's not true. I'm sorry. You never feel as good from life. You just don't.
You could be high on coffee.
High. I know what that feels like. It is not the same.
People just they want to have their feel better than you moments, and oh, you poor thing moments. Like, I experienced that actually earlier today. It was kind of amazing. I drive an old ass Jeep, and thanks to my sister, it has a giant dent in the back of it. She rear-ended me, so that was cool. Thanks, appreciate it. And now my old ass car has a giant fucking dent and a busted taillight. You understand. I think it's no secret that we both talk about our shit cars all the time. And I was outside of CVS and I dropped $1 out of my wallet. And I'm not saying that I'm like rolling in money by any means, but I dropped $1 out of my wallet. And this woman, like, I can't even explain. Like, she had like Louis Vuitton everything on. She was probably like 45 or something like that. I don't know. I'm horrible with ages. And she comes running over to me to like pick up the $1 and hand it back to me. Like, here you go.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, lady, it's okay. I was gonna get it. Like, I'm not that. I don't think I'm unable to move by any means. And two, I'll be all right. Like, you don't have to act like you just saved my life. It was just kind of amusing.
Well, I mean, she cannot take your McChicken money. Like, you're about to get on TikTok and be famous with that. So
I want to know what they're sponsored by. Probably like truck stops and stuff, like farmers only.
You ever just? Sometimes I really love going to truck stops though. Like, there's one on the way from here to Nebraska. That's like one of those like big old truck stops. It's like, here's a shop for everything you didn't know. Like, if Sky Mall was an actual physical store. Yeah. Like one of those truck stops where you're just like, I did not need this, but I'm here and it's here, and so now it's mine.
Yeah, those are fun because we end up buying like souvenirs and stuff in them though.
Yeah, I mean, you have to at that point. Like, oh, I'm in Raleigh, Nebraska. Like, yeah, I'll take that hat. Put it on a hat. Let's go.
That's incredible. Yeah, no, because of Steve, I'm not allowed to like go to a lot of truck stops. I have to go to specific ones that are his clients, so really limits me. There was one truck stop I couldn't go to, exit 341, St. Mary's, Kansas, off of I-70, and he was mad at them because they built something else on a truck stop and didn't consult him first. And so I couldn't go to it. And like one time I really needed gas. And in my mind, I'm like, my dad told me not to go here. In my mind, I was just like, oh God, I'm breaking a rule. And I called him. He goes, oh no, it's okay. They ended up commissioning me for another study anyways. You can go there again. I'm like, I need updates, man.
For real. I need to know who's on the ban list at all times.
But that just shows you how fierce my loyalty is though. It's ridiculous.
That is good. That is good. I remember we were driving back from Oklahoma, I think, and we didn't even know where we were, but you told your dad like what the truck stop was and like what was like slightly around it, and he's like, oh yeah, you're in wherever, I don't know, somewhere in fucking Oklahoma. And I was like, how do you know? Like, my Google Maps doesn't even tell me where we are.
Steve has an unusual talent of being able to, and he does this kind of, I feel like it's annoying, but it's my dad, so he'll ask you where you're from. He did it to you. I remember this. Ask you where you're from, and then be like, do you know that Shell station over on blah, 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 blah? Yeah, I did that. It just, to people who don't know what he does, they're just like, cool story, bruh.
Thanks, Dave.
And if you guys are just joining us, welcome in. We have been talking about a couple things in the pre-show that I didn't really scheduled to talk in the pre-show. We just started talking about them, so I apologize. We'll have a quick clip of the pre-show. It's my new thing that I'm going to start doing, is doing a pre-show clip, so you guys are going to be able to see that and the show. You can differentiate between the two and see just how fucking weird we get in the pre-show.
Yeah. One has words right there.
One has... Right We're just, it's somewhere on this screen. But we talked about Adam Silver and social media being horrible, and how he's just kind of like just harping on it. And I don't know, I just feel like we met because of social media. Mm-hmm. And there's been people that I've met outside of social media that are just like real life friends that have been like kind of forced to join social media because, I mean, that's the only really way that you and I communicate with people.
Right.
I guess texting is canceled, so we have to now just use every other platform.
Can't text. No, my mom was like, I don't know how to get a hold of you since I can't text you anymore. Like, Mom, you can still, it works. You just...
You're not gonna cancel texting your mother.
Yeah. I was like, you're my mom. It's okay.
Moms care more about it than dads. Dads will just bother you on everything possible. Moms are like, is this okay? Like, my mom, I blocked my mom's number because she pissed me off, and I feel bad for doing that. I don't, Janet. Watch it. And she started multimedia email messaging me. Like, she would send multimedia messages, but, like, it wouldn't be a picture or anything. It would just be her texting me, hey, is everything okay? It was awesome. I felt bad.
How is it coming through as multimedia?
No idea. I think she's doing something strange. I have no idea what she's doing, but it's hilarious because I then feel so bad that I unblock her. So it works.
And she didn't have to pay $100.
Nope. Didn't have to do that. It's pricey these days. Don't piss me off.
Don't piss her off.
The cold has pissed me off.
The cold?
Yeah.
Like the weather?
You would have died if you would have come into the office today.
I am not sad that I am not there. No. That's for sure.
Like, leaving this not heated for 5 days when it was 0 degrees out was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Kansas City is under attack, I've decided, from aliens of some sort. So I feel like you would concur with me on that one.
What kind of aliens?
Weather aliens.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think they're attacking the world, but I'm okay with that too.
Where else has had like this much like canceled? Is it all over the Midwest? I don't pay attention.
Everybody. I mean, not the West Coast, but the East Coast has had all the same stuff.
Okay, so they just hate us. That's fine. I can deal with
that.
No,
I mean, the East Coast is canceling school too. Everybody has not gone to school. They all have to repeat. But this is potentially, yes, Freaky Wednesday, potentially a conspiracy, because what if all of our generation, what are we called, millennials, we're in power-ish now. Mm-hmm. We're definitely of the principal age, mm-hmm. Running the things. So we don't want our jobs taken. We know that we aren't going to have a retirement thanks to whatever the baby boomers fucked up. We know that we're going to be working until we're 155. So in order to do that, in order to secure our jobs, we're going to fuck up the next generation so that they're not even work able. And they have to go work at McDonald's and stuff, so we get to keep the good, cushy jobs. This is the conspiracy that is happening.
This is very accurately put out. I mean, only the strong survive, so I see no flaws.
Yeah. Your children missed 8 days of math, they're fucked.
I missed a lot of days of math, and you can tell that I can't add. I can't do any sort of simple mathematic equation, so you don't want them to grow up like this.
Don't want it. Yeah, but we're into the warm streak now. Kansas City is supposed to, I think it's warm today. I have not been outside. That's a lie. I took my trash out, and I feel like such a baller today because Kansas City has a rule that you can only put out 2 trash bags. And I put out 3, and they took all 3. So basically a rebel right now.
But it's working for you.
A wanted felon for having 3 trash bags.
You are. You're a goddamn menace to society. I don't. Recovery Hydration might drop us now. Like, they know that you hate Hot Pockets and you don't pay attention to trash laws.
I will not abide your trash laws.
That's beautiful. No, fuck it. They can pick it up. I mean, Kansas City, Missouri has been fucking up your life ever since you moved there. So let's just, you know, they can just take one.
That's what I figured. Like, there was a solid week. There was snow one of the days. So, like, our trash day, there was snow. So, like, obviously it was going to be a day delayed. No, all of our trash stayed out in front of our houses for a week before they came to get it. So I feel they owe me.
They do owe you.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Whatever.
I
Take
love
my
it.
3. I like to stick it to the man.
You should.
Like
I don't know why. I don't know why I'm yawning right now. I apologize. This is the freezing tomb that I'm in. I think I might die here. I'm looking around like there's like icicles forming or something, but there's definitely not. I'm just being dramatic.
I'm just being dramatic.
I am.
No big deal. I'm just a drama queen.
It's like the last few days I've been consumed by, I mean, I've made charts. I've made so many, like, I'll show you. I made so many little notes about all the things that I wanted to talk about. And it's like I've worked them up so much in my head. And then I started talking about them online. I think one of the biggest things that came out that you and I were talking back and forth with Jeff Rosen on Twitter is that people are mad that Jessica Mendoza... I feel like people are mad no matter what Jessica Mendoza does.
Yeah, they really don't like her, and I don't know why.
You know why. They're jealous.
I mean, yeah. Absolutely jealous.
And a baseball operations advisor? Fuck yes.
That's a big deal. Yeah. It is a really big deal that the Mets hired her for that. Or any female for that, because it's not a female job. And I did not look into it to see if there were any other ones. But as far as I know, she's the only one that I know of that has that kind of influence on an actual direct influence on a baseball team that is a female.
That's so cool. But of course, people are mad because she's still going to be doing baseball tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's where you chimed in some pretty solid points about why this is a good thing.
Well, I think it's a good thing because she's going to have insider knowledge on... I mean, she's going to have a hair of insider knowledge on the Mets. Like, slightly. She's not down there, like, head of baseball operations. You're not interacting, like, hanging out in the clubhouse. You're not directly talking to all of these players every day. Like, you have no influence on the day-to-day process of the baseball team. You have no influence, like, you're not working with so-and-so on their pitching or whatever.
Right.
So she doesn't, like, have that much. So she's going to know what the Mets have planned down the line. And so that's something that could offer some insight because she is going to be biased, obviously, towards the Mets. That's her team now. I mean, they're signing her paycheck. So she's going to have a little bit of bias there. But, like, and you said, or somebody brought in A-Rod too, works for baseball and is on an analyst desk as well. So I don't care. It doesn't affect that.
Yeah, and it just gets to the point where I'm like, you guys complain about having not uneducated baseball fans, but you complain about having baseball fans that aren't the baseball fans of before, that were taking scores during the games, that were, hanging on MLB's every, word that they were putting out and just be like, oh my God, they're not worshiping at the house of baseball like they used to. Mm-hmm. Because listening to a game, I mean, our choices in Kansas City, debatable. People either love them or they hate them. But when you listen to a game being called, you want the most informed and the most personable and like the most engaging person possible. And listening to Jessica Mendoza is incredible already. She's a very engaging person. She knows flow. She knows how to transition. She knows how to shut up. She
does know how to shut up, which is respectable because that's a hard one to learn.
So that is a fucking trait that little to no other people that I listen to call games know how to do very well. They are told to shut up. They are made to shut up. They are not just easily let the flow of the game go. And I think that's something that kind of solidified her credibility when she stepped into the booth, is she just fit in with everyone so well. So why is it going to be any different? She's just going to be more well-informed about the day-to-day operations of a baseball team where a lot of people wouldn't be.
Right. And I mean, this is guys' number one thing is hating on women in sports because you didn't play or you didn't do it. I mean, obviously she didn't play baseball, she played softball. So like even that one is a hard sell because she did play. But now you really can't say anything against her because she is in baseball, like ground up. She is there. She understands every single aspect of it and gets to see every single aspect as if she already didn't. Like ESPN has full access to the world. They can go anywhere they want. They can talk to anybody they want anytime. But now she really has access to the world.
She does, and it's something that I think is becoming a more and more talked about thing. With the further we go into sports media, the more you're going to see it's not sexism, it's just that on some levels I'm sure you could call it that, but Sports by Brooks put out this really interesting article today that said out of the 27 lead host positions on the 16 general sports talk shows seen weekdays on CBS Sports Network, ESPN, Audience Network, and Fox Sports 1, that, let's see, all of them are male. Like,
really?
You have, I mean, it's just a very male-dominated industry. I think it's pretty obvious. 27 lead host positions are men, and 21 of those host positions have never played or coached professional sports.
Really?
On top of that, of the 16 shows listed, some of which who have been on air for like 2 decades now, a woman has never served full-time lead host on any of them.
Huh.
So this is a new thing that people are seeing women coming into sports media positions, like her role on Baseball Tonight. And they get intimidated by it because they're like, this is new, this is change, what the heck is this? But in reality, it's such a small, gradual thing. And for people to be like, oh my God, like there's so many other hosts and so many other commentators and so many other people that are men that do this job that have never played or coached the sport, and yet they're being blindly listened to. But someone with her experience and her know-how and her education and just her involvement in the sport alone is going to put her light years ahead of people. So why not bring her in for more than just commentating?
Right. I agree completely. I am really shocked by those results of that study.
It's a little bit intense.
I mean, I feel like there's a ton of females in sports right now, and that's why I'm kind of shocked at the actual number. I mean, overall, I know, like, especially in small markets, there really are not females there, but, like, they weren't looking at small market stuff. They were looking at big, major networks, and I feel like there's a chick on every show, but...
Yeah, there's definitely a chick on the show, and she's kind of like a moderator or a part-time thing, you know, with Rachel Nichols being on The Jump. That's pretty awesome. You know, she's out there, and I think she's probably one of the most entertaining personalities in sports media. You know, Michelle Beadle, Holly Rowe, all them, but they all have different roles. Michelle Beadle sits in on a lot of shows. Is she the lead host? No. And, you know, I guess because you and I work so closely together, I just don't understand it. Like, I don't really get it. But then when I think it was Mike and somebody else on Twitter going back and forth about sports guys or KC sports radio guys. And I'm like, first of all, how dare you? We're sports
right.
radio ladies. Hello. But we're the only ones. So I get that people will forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely are. Well, and there's just like a weird bias. Like, I was interacting with somebody on Twitter the other day. Brooke Pryor is a female reporter for the Chiefs. And there was some dude, he had like 30 followers, he didn't matter. But he tweeted at Jeff Rosen, who is also a reporter in Kansas City. And he asked, he said, why is Brooke at wherever she was? I think she was at the Combine at the time. Reporting on this, like, why is she not covering the Chiefs or something like that? And I was like, ask Brooke. Like, why are you asking Jeff what another person is doing? And then he replied to me, he's like, well, whenever she replies, it's very sexist or very misogynistic, or I don't know, whatever. Like, basically, like, taking things wrong. And I looked at his whole feed, and of course everything he said was taken wrong. He's an asshole of a person.
That guy was just
he
like...
He doesn't know how to speak to a female. I don't know. I'm just like, even that, like, she's a very well-respected writer in Kansas City at the moment, and I don't know. It was odd.
Yeah,
it was odd.
It's weird because Jeff Rosen is sports editor. He's technically her boss, but like, why are you going to that? Like, that just seems like a very strange jump to be making, to be like going over her head to talk about her. That's just fucking strange.
Yeah, and he didn't even at her. Like, no mention of her. I don't know.
What is that woman doing?
Yeah, it was. That's exactly how it felt to me. It was like, why is this woman over here? Why are you allowing this? Like,
God.
Okay.
That's beautiful. Now, but people say things a lot of the time that makes me wonder, like, how they got a Twitter account. Because there's like, there's some verification that you have to do to like create a Twitter account. Like, you have to know how to use the internet, and then you have to be able to like find the search bar, and find these people. But this Kansas City Star does print Twitter handles in articles, and I think most papers do. I don't know. I don't read newspapers. Read them online, and the Twitter stuff is definitely there. But I don't really understand how these people crawl out of the woodwork and find Twitter and start getting mad at people because there's a woman at the combine.
There's a woman at the combine. And he said that we don't care about it. I was like, this is what? Like, there's football happening.
Yeah, we care about it.
Football activities are taking place.
Yeah, the combine did not take precedent of my life like I thought it would over the weekend. But I did watch quite a bit of it just because K-State guys were in it. We had Alex Barnes just fucking beasting out at the combine. Dalton Reisner also. But he had like... Alex Barnes had the highest amount of reps on the bench press that any true running back has ever had. So
really,
no big deal. No big deal. Or no, since like 2000. I'm totally exaggerating right now. It's cool. Don't ever.
A little tank.
But he's a tank. He's they called him the Dragon. So it's always feed the dragon. Back in his playing years. Now that he's gone.
Back 4 months ago.
It was so sad. I didn't care about K-State football then because I just wanted it to be over. But yeah, I'm gonna get emotional. Hold on.
Just a minute.
It's Pisces season. Leave me alone.
Oh my god.
I know. I keep posting on Instagram about all this astrological ridiculousness. Astrology, not astrological. Astrology.
Is anybody
ridiculous.
replying to you? Do they think you're crazy?
They think I'm crazy, but I don't really care.
Okay.
I finally found something that I'm like truly interested in, and like I think it is because the more I learn about it, the more I can like dive into my problems as a person and my character flaws. And these are so specifically like my character flaws to a T that I'm just like, this is fucking creepy. So I'm working on it. So I'm like, 2019 is a year of not lying to yourself, hitting the block button, and just focusing on you. And it's so far, I mean, it's fucking March, and I'm still sticking to it.
I know. No dating 2019, like, all me. It's going well.
Yeah.
I like it. I think that you're like, I don't want to say like finding yourself, but because there's nothing like this is all stuff that's been there, but like you're just like, whatever, here it is on the table.
Yeah, I even got to the point today, or not today, it was a few days ago, everything's blurring together. Snapchat used to be my safe space, okay? I'm now 100% Team IG. I think you'd be happy about that. I
am very happy
I know you're happy about that. I can't send quick pictures, or I haven't figured out how to get off the send quick Snapchat to someone train and just do it on Instagram.
It's harder. I will give you that.
It's going to be a learning curve, but Snapchat became no longer a safe space for me when people just started, I don't know, it's just, they would mercilessly, to no end, if that's the right word that I'm using.
Yep.
They would not shut the fuck up.
It's not where that was going, but
yeah. For lack of better terms, they would not shut the fuck up. If I didn't respond, what are you doing? Why'd you leave me? Yo, hey, yo, what are you doing? Hey. No?
Not okay.
And then when I would not respond, because I have a notification problem. If I see a notification, I have to open it and at least make it go away.
Yeah.
Snapchat, there's just like a lot of them, and I'm like, fuck this. I do not want to deal with this anymore. Everyone is the hard block. Everyone got the hard block. Unless you are a mutual friend where I have added you back, you cannot talk to me. You cannot snap me, and my life has been so much better.
Oh my God.
Can't talk to me. If you need to get a hold of me, go to IG.
There you go. And then you can like see a preview, and you can decide like, do I feel like opening this? No. Swipe delete.
Yeah. So when you delete it, does it go away? Like, does it show you that? Does it say that you read it?
I don't know about that. I don't think so. Because I've Instagram messaged a lot of people that are like big time people, and like I know that they just deleted it. Like it just never came across their radar.
It might have gone to the filtered.
That is true. That annoys me on Instagram. I won't lie. It'll probably be great once I'm famous.
I love the filtered because I can just look at it and then just like keep it there, and it doesn't fuck with my notifications. It's just there.
Yeah, but it's got a little baby notification, and I'm just like, eh.
It is the sub notification.
I'm like, get out.
Like, I don't like you. Yeah. So that's Snapchat. I'm fucking mad at it. Pisses me off. It's dumb, anyways. Like, I've known that. Like, it's stupid. I still will talk to like 2 or 3 people that have Androids on there because I refuse to text a fucking Android. It's just not happening. 2019, my rules. Bye. But that's it. So I'm like, Snapchat, cancel. You have good filters. It is too much work. My entire phone memory right now is nothing but videos that I have saved on Snapchat to put on Instagram. That's it. That's all it is.
That's funny.
I'm tired of it.
Just straight up to Instagram. It's where all the homies are.
Yeah, they don't have the filters that make me look pretty.
They do. They have the subtle one.
They have the like one of your head floating through space. So like when I was high messing with the filters, I was like freaked the fuck out because my head was floating through outer space, and it was not the right time to see that.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Not okay.
Yeah. Don't do that when you're high, please.
No, don't do a lot of things when you're high.
Like what?
Don't watch sad movies. I don't know. Do not watch any dog videos because either you're gonna end up super happy or you're gonna end up super depressed.
Or with a dog, like you're gonna buy a dog.
Okay, that's another thing. So I saw this article. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Just slowly killing yourself. That's cool.
I was trying to move, and apparently I did not have as much room for my legs as I thought that I did.
No, you don't. At least you don't. You don't have the sawed off fucking desk like you do here.
That is true. That freaking thing bruises me.
It's like I'm just trying to beat up Megan. It's cool. I saw this commercial and it made me think a little bit. And that doesn't usually happen, so I had to get your input on it.
Made me think. Okay.
There's a veteran that, and you didn't see this until after you saw the dog. He's missing part of his leg, so he's got a leg missing, and the guy's like, oh, this dog has been through a lot, and he goes, that's okay, so have I. And then they become best friends, and then it's like this adoption story. Okay, that is great, because I think if you need an emotional support animal, and you are like, well, I don't really, what was it? Somebody said, oh, you feel like you don't have a lot of friends and nobody loves you, well then you should go to the dog shelter and find a friend that'll love you forever. And I'm like, should emotionally unstable people who are clearly having some issues in life, do you recommend that they go out and bring an animal into it?
Yeah, that is rough. But I think overall, yes. I think that is a good idea because it reminds them that it attaches them to another being. Like, I feel like probably the best kind of suicide prevention thing is attaching you to something else to like a reason to live. Like, I mean, a dog is not a great reason to live, but it's probably enough.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, is this something that we should be condoning or standing? I'm like, I am totally all aboard people getting animals because animals make your life better. Except cats. Ew.
Yeah.
Nobody wants an emotional support cat.
But the depressed people always have cats. Like, what's
That's
that
why they're
about?
depressed.
Why do you get cats? like, get something happy.
You're fucking depressed because the animal that you're trying to love is running away from you and giving you claws like everyone else in life. So It's not better than you. The cat is not better than you. It's so fucking smug. I hate cats.
I do too. Or like the worst people are like the reptile people. Those are like the really depressed people, and I'm like, you have a snake. Like, I'm not shocked. You and your iguana are not happy.
It's so weird. You and your animal that's not supposed to live in this climate are miserable. I had no idea.
I don't get it at all. Like, the most depressed, suicidal people I know, all of them have snakes. I'm just like, a snake? Okay.
Yeah, that's one way to go. It was just like, it was such a strange commercial for me to see out of nowhere and just be like, why am I so like, why do I need answers because of this?
Why do I need answers?
Why do I need the answers? But no, I think there's a lot of people that are getting animals to stay warm right now. I say I need a polar bear to stay in my room. Just a big hairy thing. Maybe I'll just get a weighted, heavy, like heated blanket instead. That might be safer.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, probably should.
I want to try one of those. I haven't done it
yet. Today is the first day that I went into a CBD store for like ever, and it was a little bit weird. Just because trying new things, I was like, I'm gonna get some CBD gummies, whatever. And
you literally have. Okay.
I know.
We won't talk about your stockpile.
I have a lot of other things I could be taking, but I just want to see if it, like, the pain-wise, if it, like, because I took them in Tennessee, but I had no idea what was going on at that point, so yeah. I was like, maybe it's helping. We have no idea, so I'm trying that. I'm trying that today. Let's see if it works. But I also smoked, so I have absolutely no idea. I'm not a scientist.
And you were on Instagram this morning.
It wasn't this morning. It was like 2 hours ago. Well, that was morning for you. My bad.
Yeah, I just woke up.
Did you wake up to any exciting news or anything?
No. What exciting news?
I don't know. I didn't know if you had been on Twitter to see anything happening. I haven't been on there much today.
Oh. No, nothing on Twitter. I spent the morning watching Momo videos, to be honest with you.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
They're so funny.
Are they, or are they just like they're terrifying? Like, I'm going to tell you a story off air that you might like understand why I'm freaked out right now. But why did you do that?
I don't know. It was trending. Well, it was not. I don't know why. It was a Momo picture. Like, there was a trending thing about how BuzzFeed published a real newspaper. Why? I'm not sure. They're going the wrong direction. But
wait. BuzzFeed's going print?
Yeah. Print.
Seems like a good idea in this time.
I don't know. Like, they're dying, so they're going to further death. I don't understand their rationale here, but whatever. Lay off people and then make a print newspaper. It makes sense.
The Star's hiring on that note too.
Oh God. If you want to not have a job in 6 months, temporary life, go there. I can't with people. Like, oh, why? I guess, no. I have no... What do Star people do all day? Like, legitimately, what do people at the newspaper do all of their day?
I have that question a lot because I know what I do with my day. When left to my own accord, I will work in a bar for 8 hours.
Right.
When I could find my laptop charger, I would be in a bar for 8 hours. I know that.
But they have to be at the newspaper, right?
Sometimes. Most of the time, they don't have to be. Like, sometimes they'll be traveling. But, like, they get paid to travel to follow the team, like, the beat writers, at least.
Right.
And then there's guys like Sam Mellinger that cover everything. Right. So I'm just like, do you work in an office? Are you guys, like, is it, like, the old bullpen style cubicles? Is, like, that what's going on?
That's what I'm saying.
I have no idea.
If they have to be there, like, all day at the Star. If they don't have to be at the Star, then that I understand. But if they have to be there, I mean, they have that big ass pretty building. They have to be there.
We could ask to follow one of them around all day long.
Can I shadow you? That would be hilarious.
I'm gonna write that down because I think I can pull some strings enough to see if that would even at least be possible.
Yeah, I would. I want to shadow a newspaper person. I need to know.
I want to shadow Sam for a day and go to fucking Peanut.
Person.
What? I said I want to go to Shadow Sam and then go to the Peanut.
Okay.
And report on everyone we see.
Yeah.
You got to shadow a journalist? What was it?
Well, I mean, like, we got to go around and see what all of, like, the different news people do. So, like, the weatherman and then the news producer and all of the news people job. I don't know.
I'm kind of bummed that you didn't grow up here in Kansas City because we could talk about our favorite childhood Kansas City news people. And also people, like, this random exchange that I remember now.
Mm-hmm.
People were talking about the childhood rite of passage that was going to Exchange City.
I've seen that all over Twitter, and I'm like, I don't know what this is because it was not around when I was here.
Exchange City was like this place that I essentially for weeks ahead of your grade, because I think it was a whole grade level that usually went, depending on your school size. Your whole grade would go to this place where you mimicked basically being an adult and having to work for a day.
Okay.
There was like a mayor position. There were police officers. That was a really popular one. Working in the snack shop was really popular because you got to pop popcorn and like serve like Gatorade all day. I don't even know what they were.
Oh my God.
And all these cool, like you could be a reporter, you could do radio, you could do, I mean, like there were every possible thing. Construction workers, architects, city planners, they had everything. So it was kind of cool. And we got to see kind of like how adults do things. I, of course, picked the lawyer, which
Naturally.
I'm self-employed. So the only thing that I do all day long in this Exchange City is people get tickets for walking on the grass from the police officers. That's the only thing that police officers can write you tickets for. And these lazy ass cops would just watch people like barely like have their like foot over the corner and write them a ticket. And then no one, and I do mean this, no one used my services of getting them out of the ticket.
What?
I would stand there and be like, hire me, I can get you out. They're like, how? I'm like, there were no witnesses. Well, you were there. That's not how this works. Your lawyer can't. No, like lawyers don't just sit around in real life and watch you fuck up and be like, I'm a witness. It didn't happen. So nobody used my services because it cost $3, and $3 in Exchange City was a lot. But the ticket costs $4. So I'm like, why don't you put your faith in me? No one did. I think it's because they knew who I was as a person, and they didn't do it. So I waited around. I got a new pantsuit. I was really excited. Just never happened for me. So you could have had that same dismal and pointless story if you would have gone to Exchange City.
Little did I know that. So, like, did you guys pick jobs before you went there, or like when you arrived?
You applied for them, so they taught you. I mean, this was like probably a 6-week long course thing before we even got there, and you picked like your top 3 jobs that you wanted. Everybody went for mayor, like everybody, but I feel like the teachers were in on it, and they picked the class goody two shoes. I'm not saying, but I am just throwing that out there. Conspiracy,
right?
And so the goody two shoes won, and we all just kind of like rolled our eyes out of that. And as mayor, she promised all this dumb shit. Nothing happened. And it was just a one-day thing. And it was really weird because we really all just like went in so hard on this, like, we're going to be adults for one day. And then that was just too much. Then we had to like write papers about it, what we learned. I'm like, I learned nothing. I learned that my job is absolutely pointless and people can either choose to hire me or they can just go to fucking jail. I don't care. Everything is meaningless. Oh, I don't like it. I was very mad.
People like jail. That's what I learned.
Yeah, they love this shit.
Oh my God.
Not so the message funny. Of like lawyers are too expensive, but definitely they just like jail.
Everybody's a fuck up and they like jail.
What did you do when you were growing up?
Honestly, it's kind of weird that I never had any like aspirations. I feel like I should have had a goal. I think it's always defaulted to being a teacher. I don't know why. I really like the hole puncher machine, and I always wanted to like be in charge of that.
You could just like work at FedEx or something.
I didn't know that was a job at the time. Like the teachers are always like punching holes or like rearranging papers, and I was like, yeah, I want to do that.
You would be like the teacher assistant that like does all that stuff for the teachers.
Yeah. You grow up and find out that it's like a para assistant, like that's supposed to be doing that shit.
That's Megan's
dream
job.
Which is what I did in high school during my free period. I did it for the library. But yeah,
you've already had your dream job. Then you've peaked.
I have peaked. I have nothing to do. we don't even get to, as news people, we don't get to hold papers and rearrange them now. Like, we have iPads, so.
That is true.
I'm out. I missed my time.
We've talked a lot about Kansas City, like, news and media, but we haven't talked about that incredible portrait of Gary Lezak yet.
Oh my God. What is that? Is that real in his house?
Somebody sent that to him. Fan art.
That's madness. Which dog is it? Is it Stormy?
Mm-hmm.
Stormy sure. And Gary Lezak. A painting. Awkwardly, like the dog on top of his head. I can't
just chilling.
Even
just cozied on it. I thought it was cute.
Did you?
It was terrifying.
I don't know. You have some weird paintings in your house.
I do, and I would definitely put that one on my nightstand. I was not lying. I do want a copy of that, but only to scare me in the mornings to get out of bed.
Get up or Gary's going to get you.
Can you imagine? I mean, not like I bring anyone home, because, you know, no dating 19. But can you imagine going to somebody's house and you're, like, hooking up with them and you look over and it's just, like, Gary Lezak with a dog on his head? No. That's not ideal.
I want to know. Maybe we'll prepare that for Friday. I want to know the weirdest stuff that people have had, like, at their houses. Like, when you've stayed over. Not you. It's just the collective you.
Yeah.
But I want to know. Because, like, that's not a thing that I ever did. I never went to other people's houses. So, I never had that morning after situation.
Aw, that's so cute.
I want to hear all of your traumatic.
I've woken up some pretty strange places. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, I feel like that should be a thing. I'm going to start gathering some info and see what people have to say. Because, yeah, that's not something I've ever done. So,
yeah,
I'd be freaked out.
One of my guy friends told me last night that he hooked up with a single mom. And in the middle of the night, he's like, hey, I'm going to go. She's like, okay, whatever. And he jacked all of her snacks.
Oh my. Like the Gushers?
Like the Pringles and the fruit snacks.
That's hilarious and totally something I would do.
I'm like, you know, you got to eat. I mean, so those kids, but not yours. So bye. Take the Pringles, take your fruit snacks, do whatever you can, do your thing.
Was it Bradley Cooper?
No.
Oh,
it was
I'm
not.
shocked.
I know, it's even better. Yeah. So what was I? Oh yeah, the weirdest thing. I took a picture of a guy and his pug the day that he got his pug. It was a Polaroid, and I kept it for like 3 months, and I finally gave it back to him.
I remember that.
I held it hostage.
I think that should be a funny, like, kind of, like, if people keep track of, like, how many people they bang anyway, like, you should take a trophy from every house and just, like, have, like, this is my shelf.
Maybe not, like, you know, sentimental things like I did, but definitely, like,
yeah.
You know, I'm not advertising or encouraging stealing. However,
just take everything. It doesn't matter.
I'm team steal his hoodie. And a lot of people aren't. They get mad at me because I'm like, I will take your hoodie. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either.
I will take your clothes. I mean, hell, I have like friends, Angie. I mean, that day that I was wearing that shirt, you were wearing your Tom Brady jersey, and I was trying to figure out where my shirt came from. I was like, I don't know whose shirt this is. And it turns out it was Angie's brother, but I've never met him, so I have no idea how it ended up at my house. Cool.
Awkward.
It's the little things in life.
The little things.
I think a pretty big thing in life that I'm a little bit happy about, and I don't mean to brag, but K-State has a chance to win the Big 12.
They do. What happened last night with KU?
They fucking biffed it. They biffed it.
So does this affect anything going into the Big 12 or not really?
Changes everything. They're no longer eligible for the Big 12 championship for the first time. They've had 14 straight Big 12 championships, and now going into the tournament, they are ineligible to be winning.
Really?
So, suck it, KU.
So they're still going to play in the tournament, but it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, if they win the Big 12 tournament, then that affects their seed. We learned that when I idiotically said, it doesn't mean anything. I don't know what it means. But the fact is they can't outright just win the Big 12. So no matter what the results are, suck it. The best part is that now I'm weirdly in like cahoots with, I don't know why I said that word.
Cahoots
with Texas Tech fans. And I don't know shit about Texas Tech fans other than they love Patrick Mahomes, so I've never had a problem with them.
Are they these people?
Yeah, they're the guns.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. No, it's Oklahoma State does the guns up thing.
Yeah.
Or the pistols firing. Texas Tech does the guns thing. Like I couldn't even fucking tell you what their thing is. But they're always like doing the gun shit. And so are the fucking we get it. Texas, you like guns.
You like guns.
South of Kansas, you guys are fucking hillbillies. We get it.
Shut up. You went to a gun convention.
I did not.
What was it? A gun rifle or a gun
I didn't
auction?
go anywhere. I was wasted, and I said I would go to the Ducks Unlimited event.
Yeah.
Where it was open bar and free food, and I have no idea why I didn't go. Oh yeah, because there was a storm coming. But Bradley Cooper and I got drunk as shit to the point where we were like having like conversations out loud that were just simply our thought processes, like how we were going to stay alive for the next 2 hours to like get home. And I was like, okay, I'm going to call the driver. Okay. And you're going to go do this. And like, we were just talking about like things that we needed to do. We could not make sense. It was bad. And in that time, somebody, Jim, so was like, hey, Gat, do you want to go to this thing? And it's like a Ducks Unlimited is like a conservation, like a wildlife conservation fund thing.
Okay.
And they have these huge banquets and dinners where you can like get raffle tickets and you can like randomly win guns. And I posted that thing about Ducks Unlimited. I go, I don't even know what the fuck this is. And so many of you were so quick to be like, Gat, that'd be perfect for you in glitter. You can have, she can wear camo and you guys can go in and like win a bunch of guns and stuff. I'm like, do we need guns and stuff?
Glitter agrees.
And well, you were busy. Or no, you weren't busy. We were both just, I was sick.
You were sick. Yeah.
Shocking. Getting tattoo, staying out after tattoo makes you not feel well. I didn't realize such a large tattoo would have such a impact on my body. It's like getting a needle stabbed into you hundreds of times. All of a sudden sends your body into shock. That's weird.
Weird.
Not a scientist or doctor. But yeah, it was an event that I was supposed to go to, and I didn't go because I am a big old bitch.
All right. Well, I mean, it counts. You didn't go, but it counts by proxy.
So somehow I'm a hillbilly now.
Yeah.
No, I'm a fucking redneck because of NASCAR. That's what it was.
So we have Aggies and OSU and Tech.
Yeah. They're all pistols firing, and then but then it's like, I feel like.
Isn't one down? No.
No, that's horns down is like what they do at OU for
Yeah, I
Texas.
know that.
But.
All right. Well, I don't know anything. I went to school in Texas. You think I should know?
You guys are like
one of my friends went to Tech, but
don't look at my nails. Don't judge me. I haven't done it in
either.
3 days. Well, I don't even have nails on. This is unheard of.
Glitter and guns. I know. I have not ever held a gun, so I don't even know what I would do. I don't know how to hold a gun.
I do. It's fun. I don't know very well, but I've gone shooting before, and I think the last time was last summer. It was fun. I have stress relief other places, I guess. Like, I feel like working out does it for me. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Shooting things is always cool. Like, shooting big things. I think, like, a flamethrower I'd be into.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
See, I would think you would not like shooting because your ears are so sensitive. Like, I know you have had ear protection, but still, it's loud.
I double up on the ear thing because the hearing is so bad. Like, I would be ringing for days, but I think it'd be fun just to get out there and fucking flamethrower. That's what I'm fixated.
Maybe we need to go to Burning Man.
No. Okay. I don't know where you got the jump of I want to be dirty for 6 days straight and in an abandoned part of the country. No.
Can we do 1 day of Burning Man?
No.
They're like, oh, there's not a 1 day pass.
One of my biggest pet peeves in the world is dry skin and the sound of it rubbing together. I hate it. And most people can't hear that.
Why is this coming up? Where is this going?
Everyone at Burning Man is covered in dust. And all I would want to do is...
But why are they rubbing together?
Because they're moving. Like, they're moving. Like, you can't just be covered in dust and not, like, be, like, touching your, like, other parts of your body at some point. Like, I don't know, you move your arm and it's just, like, crusty. I'd just be like, put lotion on, you freaking animals. It'd be bad. It would not be good. Me going to Burning Man, no.
Okay, man, I'm going to see if we can get a one-day pass.
No, we're not going. How are we going to get there?
Can we have Burning Man, like, in your backyard?
We could do a Burning Man party.
But we need a flamethrower.
That might be
Are those legal?
No.
Are they illegal?
I mean, I can't possess one, I don't think. If you are Googling flamethrowers, I'm like, oh my god. Next level shit.
What's the rule on that,
How did we get from the Big 12?
It's a flaming ball of fire.
No, the gun mascots. We have no idea about those.
Yeah, and nobody's answered me. So for now, we're assuming all Texas teams have this or this.
That's it. That's all they got.
Some sort of finger action one there. Switch it out. Oh yeah, I shouldn't do it down. I'll be respectful.
Fuck them.
Fuck them horns.
Fuck them horns. It's a good slogan, I promise. Yeah, so it's gonna be crazy. Big 12 is just gonna be kind of a shit show. Saturday is gonna be when K-State hosts OU, the team that just beat KU, and it's gonna be senior day for K-State. Obviously, last game of the season before the tournament. Sunday or Monday, I can't remember what day, we find out the seeding for the Big 12 tournament, so we'll know what games. I mean, I have tickets for all the games, but the only games that I'm physically going to be in attendance is probably Thursday night and Saturday night. So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on. I mean, there's too much going on. Thursday is a whole day of games, and if you can go to both sessions, good for you. I just don't have time. I'm busy.
Or desire, to be honest with you.
Honestly, you're right, because it is just I have more fun sitting outside in Power and Light, and interacting with people. That's where you get to meet up with everybody. Thursday is a day that a lot of my guy friends take off work, and there's like 20 of them that are just there, and they just get rip-roaringly drunk all day together. And then Friday they are dying. They usually take that day off, and then they come back for the evening game, but they start a little bit later, like around 3 or 4 when they start drinking, instead of bright and early in the morning. But this year, Power and Light's doing something different. They're doing a brunch all around Power and Light. So you can...
Kegs and eggs?
Pretty much. It's like a brunch passport thing. So you can go to, like, Guy Fieri's place is going to have breakfast tacos. No other pub's going to have, like, a traditional, like... I guess drunken morning brunch is what English people do. I don't know what they're doing. It's like some like international style brunch. And then they have a couple other places have just random spots. I always want to call it O'Dowd's, but it's the Dubliner, and like Country Ice Roadhouse, whatever the fuck that is. Wine and Coo. All those places are going to have specials in the morning.
That's
so
really
it's
cool.
It's gonna encourage people to get down there in the morning. Mm-hmm. Which I know Saturday or Thursday you're busy. Friday, you'll come down, meet up with me. We'll do the show real quick, like a pre-show, like recap of the day before. We'll get down to Power and Light, just hang out there. But that night, like I said, my mentor Steven is being inducted for the UMKC Alumni Awards as one of the star alumni. So that's pretty cool. So we'll be doing that, but that starts at like 5:30. So I'm not going to be at the Friday game. I feel horrible. I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I always say, I'm just going to go to the Big 12 as a spectator this year. And then I always end up working the whole time.
Never happens.
I like to lie to myself a lot. It's fun, but not 2019.
No.
I got this. Honesty. And so, yeah, then we got Texas Tech. The one thing that a lot of people are looking or speculating on, because Texas Tech, this is the one difference. We can absolutely win at home against OU. K-State, I'm not worried about. I am, but KU's coming off that hot win at home, hosting KU, who is a horrible road team. One of the worst
horrible road team.
One of the worst this year.
Yeah.
And people were going off about how preseason rankings are bullshit. I'm like, no. Going back to the beginning of KU's season, they beat a lot of top 10 teams. And they did so pretty handedly. So I don't think we're dogging on KU. I just think their road performance is absolute shit, and everyone knows it.
Right.
So when they get into the tournament, I'm not expecting a lot of them this year.
Well, I mean, they really have nothing to play. I mean, they have stuff to play for, but not really. So
their streak is over. So that's one thing that's kind of like, nah. Watch this team, go and win a national championship, though. That's just the beauty of Bill Self.
That is true. But it's not happening. I mean, people have known for weeks that it's not happening, so it's really not happening. So, Okay, so who do you expect to be like the top 3 in the seeding? Do you know that?
No clue at all.
No clue. Okay.
No.
But we still have to play OU, right?
Yeah, because all the championships are happening next week. So we're going to be getting Big Ten, SEC, ACC.
No, in the Big 12. Top 3 in the Big 12. I don't care about the world.
I thought you meant overall. Top 3 in the Big 12.
Please tell me now.
I mean, right now it is Texas Tech, K-State, and KU. Texas Tech and K-State being tied. I just don't see Texas Tech going into Iowa State territory because I'm sure you've heard about Hilton Magic a little bit or heard that term.
Right.
Just with people going into Ames, Iowa, thinking, just another game, Texas Tech, we're ranked, who gives a shit? That's the thing about college basketball. And I understand that this is a plus and a negative for a lot of people. It's so fucking unpredictable.
Very.
And so to have the unpredictability of Tech going into Hilton, where the atmosphere alone can sway a game, is something that I just don't see being an easy task. And I see K-State being favored in this because K-State gets to play at home senior day against OU, which hasn't exactly been a force this year. So for us to be doing that versus Texas Tech having to go on a road game, their final game, and the game that they need to get on top of the Big 12 and win out the Big 12, I just don't see it happening.
Okay. All right. So then K-State has a really good chance.
We do.
That's what we're saying.
I'm very excited about it. Yeah, it's Riley Gates from GoPowerCat.com said, has there ever been a coach that was so apprehensively recepted at the beginning, called for his firing in the middle, and now is being, praised for being, so consistently good? Because, I mean, K-State going that far in the tournament last year, when beating fucking Kentucky on March 22nd, the Lord's Day, aka my birthday.
What?
I don't know where the Lord's Day part came out. Beating Kentucky on my birthday, I think that broke my birthday curse, and I'm kind of okay with it.
It may have been it, honestly.
We needed
Nothing did happen last year.
And this year, it's going to be interesting just to see Bruce showing up and winning on Saturday is going to be huge. I really am hoping for that. We can talk a little bit more about, the implements of K-State winning. We can do that on Friday. Tease it out a little bit. Don't give you all my cards at once. But that's just going to be the highlight for K-State fans because you saw how depressed I got during college football season, a season that I normally love.
Right.
It was horrible.
It was horrible.
It's horrible to watch something you love and someone you love just fucking nosedive so far down to where you can't help them.
Right. Yeah. I got nothing there.
I know. I got way too I'm emotionally invested in K-State in a way that is like a little brother doing something bad, and you're just like, God damn it.
God damn it.
Will you quit that? Now K-State, this is really weird. Chris Kleiman came in from North Dakota State, where he's won so many freaking national championships, and he opened up K-State football to the public eye, and it's incredible to see the difference of fans pouring out, just everything. They're like, this is what we've always wanted from our program. It's not that Bill Snyder didn't do a good job. It's just like, holy shit, it's 2019. Why can't we talk or even see the coaches ever?
Right.
It was very communist Russia of Bill Snyder.
It was. He had a cult.
It was weird. It was very, very weird. So, yeah, Bill Snyder had everything closed off. Chris Kleiman comes in. K-State is having their first open to the public pro day.
Oh, really?
Like, open. I mean, I think the public meaning like media, but
right.
it's an open pro day, which is unheard of. I was in Manhattan probably 3 years ago for a pro day, and as working for the agency that is going to be representing this young man, I couldn't even get into the building.
Really?
And it's not because of who I am as a polarizing individual. It was because you had to be family or a coach to be in there.
Wow.
Or a scout. And I'm like, well, I can't really fake that. I can't pretend I'm a scout. Like, sorry. It's just not going to happen.
Why not?
Oh, you got some really long arms there, kid. Good work. What would you look for as a scout? Like, wouldn't that be uncomfortable to, like, I don't know. I feel like scouts are just too involved with people. They're just like, they, like, know your mechanics. They know like, everything about you. It's just creepy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It is really creepy. And they imagine being paid to stalk somebody. Like, that's what that job is.
Private investigators, I feel like that could be kind of funny or interesting, but I feel like athletes just, that's the thing, like when we were talking about with Adam Silver about how, social media has ruined everything. Mm-hmm. We know more about these athletes than like some of our own family members. And,
true.
I'm not mad about it. Like, if somebody can be distracted by a team and be, like, all in on finding the perfect, safety, like I'm doing for the Kansas City Chiefs, single-handedly.
By
myself. I see no one working harder than me.
I know. Tweeting the Chiefs constantly.
Like, hey, man, did you see they're open?
Look who's available.
Hey, guys, you getting these notifications?
Doing the Lord's work.
I'm just trying to make the Chiefs a better team, and I think that everyone in my position would do that too. I'm finally using my position of slight to moderately no influence to sway this team.
Okay.
Finally using that.
And do you think it's working?
I think so.
Who have you been cherry picking for the Chiefs?
Look, we've got a lot of free agents coming up. We got a lot of teams that are just franchising players, like kind of like we did with D Ford, just to wage out a trade deal. A lot of people are saying that we're going to franchise tag D. We're also listening to offers. I think that's exactly what the Chiefs said. But Landon Collins, safety up in New York Giants, would be smart to franchise tag him and then listen to offers. But the Chiefs would be absolutely better if we could just get our secondary improved. Obviously, with Spags coming in, we know that he's going to come in and switch up the defense completely. Like, we're going from a 3-4 defense to a 4-3, which completely different style of play. But it's going to benefit. I think D4 would be better a little bit, slightly, in 4-3. So I think franchise tagging him is a great option because I think we need to see him another year of play development, especially with the new coordinator. But honestly, anytime that I see any defensive players that have any sort of success, Eric Weddle, that was in, or Weddle, I don't know, it's fine.
I thought it was Waddell. Eric Waddle.
Waddle. Yeah, Whittle. That Eric
Whittle
kid,
Eric.
Baltimore Ravens. It's cool. He's a white safety, which makes him rare, I guess.
He's a great white buffalo.
Great white buffalo. We'll just call him Great White Buffalo. That would be a great option, but people are like, he's old and he's a has-been. We don't need him. And I'm like, well, can we just talk about our current secondary? Because there never has been.
Right.
They're not old.
We need anybody.
We need people that just know NFL-style play. Like, I know it's easy to say, let's go draft it, let's go find it. I don't trust rookies. And I feel like as a baseball fan, you definitely don't trust rookies.
Definitely not.
So when we're like, oh, let's leave it all to the rookies, no, let's not. We need those veteran players. They're very important, even though guys like Orlando Scandrick, are annoying because they have veteran mistakes, which there's rookie mistakes, there's veteran mistakes. People have flaws, especially football players that have developed a certain style of play. And then they go into a new defense and they go with a new coordinator, and it's like, okay, we're not doing that anymore. I mean, I honestly think Bob Sutton is responsible for why a lot of those guys never played up to their potential and were confused all the time. So I feel like that getting wiped out is just going to give us a better clean slate to work with to build these guys up from square one. But I just don't trust rookies, so I don't think that we should leave it to rookies. I think if we're going to leave positions to rookies, we can do bigger positions, defensive tackle, defensive ends. We can kind of butter them up with the system that we already have. The fake reporting on Justin Houston being released.
That was lit.
I fell for it.
That was the disaster zone.
Oh, man. Because this is a tricky thing, because you know how much I brag on traditional style journalism.
Yes.
That guy...
Not brag.
Not brag. Rag.
Rag.
R-A-G. That guy, stemmed from, I think it was, fan-sided, which I fucking hate fan-sided. It drives me insane.
Right.
And the writers there drive me insane. They're like, oh, I'm a fan-sided writer. I'm like, cool. You don't get paid. Got it. And so I called him an unpaid. He's like the head NFL writer for fan-sided, and I called him unpaid writer.
That's amazing. Unpaid
blogger. I don't give a fuck at this point. You made me look stupid, and that is the one thing that I will get mad at somebody about.
Right.
And it's my own butthurt feelings. There's been times where you have corrected me, and I'm like, God, I look like an idiot. It's my own fault. Got it. Move on.
Right.
If you correct me on something, you're like, no, you dumb fuck, that didn't happen. And I'm like, okay, that's pride saying, okay, you were wrong, move on. This guy doubled down on it.
He did. Yeah, he did.
How? How do you do that?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. And he wasn't, he doubled down, and then everybody that, took the news from him in the first place also doubled down. And I'm just like, no. You tweeted out wrong information. Houston has not been released. He has not been traded. None of this has happened. Could it happen in the future? Sure. Will it probably happen soon? Yes. But it didn't happen yet.
Not yet, fuckers.
No. And your insider info, okay, it was wrong. That happens sometimes. That's why you say per source, so that you can fall back and be like, well, my sources are idiot.
That's
nope.
Amazing.
But no, he tweeted that, and then he goes back and says, well, it's gonna happen soon. Well, no shit.
No shit. Well,
everybody knows that.
What bothers me the most about his, false reporting is that this is the shit, when I'm sitting there, bullshitting I'm at the Peanut 3 Miller Lights deep. If you are dumb enough at this point in time to think that I'm being serious, oh boy, I can't help you. I can't help you.
Right.
But I'm unverified. I'm unconfirmed, as people like to say. And I would still not report that or say that unless everyone in the world is reporting it and saying it. And that's what I did.
Right.
Bleacher Report came out with it. I never got the official ESPN notification until the official chief spokesperson said Justin Houston is still on the team.
Right.
And then I felt like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then I made fun of the guy.
It's been happening so much lately. I mean, you shouldn't feel like an idiot, because he is while you are unconfirmed, and a blue check mark doesn't mean everything, but he does have a blue check mark. So, and as does Bleacher Report, PFT came out and said it as well.
Yep.
It was circulating popular news sources. Is it on them for not checking? Yeah. But, I mean, you can't know at that point that it wasn't real. Like, it's not something you could possibly know until people came out with it. Like, an hour later is when it finally got unconfirmed. So there's nothing you can do about that.
True. I shouldn't beat myself up about that. I'll just beat him up instead. So we're fighting now. Yeah. Matt, name I can't pronounce.
Well, and this is like the third or fourth time that has happened this month. Who was it? Was it a Jets player that cleaned out his locker? I can't remember. There's some player that cleaned out their locker.
Oh, it was reported
that he was leaving. And then somebody that had actual clout came out and was like, nope, he didn't leave, blah, blah, blah. And the player himself replied, he's like, yeah, man, I did. Like, I don't know. The people are getting a little sloppy to have breaking news lately.
Well, it's almost like, do you want to have it first? And that's all that people give a fuck about.
Right. Everything that Woj or John Heyman or all of these people that have like the big under the table breaking news stuff, every single time they're like, per source, maybe. Like, they make it clear. They're like, I don't know. We'll find out. But could be happening.
It could be happening. We just don't know. I need Charles Barkley to confirm all my news for me.
There you go. If Charles says it, it's real.
Charles got down, he's definitely been a source of breaking news before. Okay. Mostly the breaking news is that whoever he's talking to, he's going to call them an idiot in about 2 seconds. He's like, let me tell you something. And then he's just like rips into them. But who keeps these people accountable? Because I feel like we are keeping them accountable by being like, you're a fucking moron. Quit it.
You're a moron. Moran.
You're a moran.
Yeah, Twitter, I think, has thoroughly scared that man from ever posting news again. So
he's still on radio shows, though.
Is he?
Yeah, your buddy Popeye Poster had him on the show. It was like, let's talk to this guy who falsely reported a story. And I'm like, that's fine. You do your thing. We are not set up to have guests on our show yet, but the moment that we do, we will not have jackasses that blog and think that they're super important for a living.
Definitely not.
I want real people.
We're the only jackasses that blog.
We don't even write anymore.
No, we don't.
Oh, man. I want the bellhop at 2 a.m. at Tristan Thompson's building that sees him come in and out with all these women. I want those type of reporters. Those people know shit.
They do.
Those are my favorite type of people to talk to. Like, I can't tell you how many times I have found out information, like, from a third party that I trust, not just a random third party, a third party that I trust about one little thing that, like, just set me off. I'm like, oh, Bob Stoops bought a second brownstone next to the one that he already has in Chicago. That motherfucker is not coming back to Coach OU. And what did he do? Retired. And then 2 years later, his bitch wife drove him out of the house. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what he got an offer. He's XFL now. It's okay. It's not his bitch wife. I don't even know if his wife's a bitch. I'm just saying this. Please do not kill me.
Whose wife is not a bitch, really?
Excellent point. I feel like in order to be a wife, you can have to be a little bit of a bitch. And it works out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Jeffree Star, you're the one that pointed that out to me on Snapchat, was spilling the tea. He said the nail ladies have all the gossip, so
yeah,
we just got to find some insider info.
Like,
or like me, I follow the wags, the wives. They post a little bit more freely. They don't remember to check themselves as much, so...
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of people have non-disclosures. As someone who makes people sign non-disclosures and how several people have been violating them in the last, like, I don't know.
24 hours.
10 minutes. You can't really do much with that. And I found that out, interestingly enough. With non-disclosures, it's more just a safety net for if you think that someone could possibly screw you out of a lot of money, that's when they help. To get people to shut up, people are always going to talk. I know this for a fact because when Nicole and I are talking, she'll be like, okay, this screenshot is for you, me, and Megan, because she knows I'm going to share everything with you. Right. But I feel like people know that if you're telling me something, I'm going to tell my best friend. Sorry. It's going to happen. I can't not tell you.
That
My head's big enough. What if I kept all my secrets to myself?
That would be a problem.
That would be. So I'm just trying to look out for my health. Shit.
There you go.
Shit,
man.
Yeah, but like that's, you get to these points where people are just all speculating about shit and just saying, oh, well, this happened and that happened. Okay, that's fine. But when you're in the journalism world, you kind of have to know. And it'll be interesting to see what the Chiefs do with Justin Houston. I hope they just prove a point to that young man and keep him.
That would be hilarious.
It's like, this is what we're doing now. Bloggers
that would make my
shit.
day.
That'd be the ultimate, like, clap back, I guess. Be like, all right, you were full of shit. You were lying to everyone. You have no inside information. And what is it with sources? That drives me insane.
Sources can be anything. Like, when you say sources, it could be like you and me texting. Like, my source says that the sun is out. Well, okay.
When people argue with me at a bar and I am too tired to argue with them, and I'm just like, this is why I tell people I work at Target as a cashier, because people hear sports talk and they're like, oh. It's like a fucking personal vendetta to make sure that I am as uncomfortable as humanly possible while trying to drink a beer. Thanks a lot, guys. I will say, well, that's great. You're wrong. I have sources.
Right. Yeah. That's a good comeback. And they always are like, what are you going to do?
Like, you want to tell me more about your hypothetical? Come on, dude. Really?
Hypotheticals kill me.
What, have you heard any ridiculous ones lately?
No, I went to go look up the AAF standings yesterday, just to see where everything stands. And the very first thing that pops up is, if the playoffs were today. I was like, I hate you. And it was like on ESPN or something.
No.
Like, I was like, I want to die right now. I don't know if they have playoffs, but I assume that they do.
I feel like people make these articles just to fill space. They create these articles just to, like, they have like a 3-day post count that they have to make for their blog or whatever. If the playoffs were to end today, let's make one before the season even starts. If the playoffs were to happen today and the season were to end, what happens?
What happens? What if baseball didn't exist anymore today? Let's write an article.
Go. So a lot of people are now unemployed. What do baseball players do instead of play baseball?
I don't know. Apparently they die.
Let's ask Tim Tebow. And your boy...
Dude, Jose's been on one.
Share this. It is fucking frightening yet fascinating all at the same time.
Jose Canseco has moved on from aliens and is now tweeting at Tim Tebow, but not at Tim Tebow. Just tweeting his name and hoping it'll get to Tim Tebow. I don't even know. Telling him how much he needs help hitting and how much Jose will do it for free. Be his own personal hitting coach. Because Jose can play softball? I'm not sure what the rationale is there, but...
I don't know either.
He just keeps saying that he can hit a softball farther than he can hit a baseball, and I was like, that's okay.
Isn't that kind of like most people can?
Yeah, I mean, that's why they make the balls bigger in softball, like, to make them easier to hit. Because they think the girls can't handle it. Yeah, I have no idea. But he has been tweeting at Tim Tebow, like, multiple times a day. And my favorite reply to one of them, he was like, Tim. The person that replied, actually added Tim Tebow for once.
Oh, that's good.
And was like, contact Morgan immediately, which is that assistant that he's always sending the text number out to.
Did somebody get him an Alexa and then just change it to Morgan, where he thinks he has an assistant, but he doesn't?
It could be. It could be. That would be really funny if he was telling us that, text Alexa at.
Yeah, hilarious. When you said that hi camera. When he tweets from an Android,
yeah,
and then the number was an Android, I'm like, this is 100% a conspiracy.
Yeah, he is just texting the people back from himself. Like, ugh.
It was a 702 area code, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
702 is Vegas, so.
Okay.
I'm just saying. We never got like a real put together response. Didn't you just get like a half of one?
I got half of a text message, yeah. I just saw what he answered to somebody else. They had a full screenshot of it.
That's incredible.
iPhones and Androids don't get along.
Well, yeah, because you never know if they actually got your message. With iPhones, it's just like delivered.
Yeah,
it tells you. That, I mean, it was the thing, like the girl that does my hair, Shlee, over at Salon Z, if you're looking to look amazing and have a mane like I do. She doesn't normally do that, so good luck. She was like, we have to communicate over Instagram because her phone doesn't get text from me sometimes, and my phone doesn't get text from her. So we're just like a couple weirdos communicating over Instagram. It's like we're on a first date or something. And I'm like, okay, I'm here. Can you come let me in? Okay, cool. It's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, they just don't get along, and I hate it. I hate it. My sister has to send me stuff like on Facebook Messenger.
Oh my god.
Because iPhones and Androids
Lexi,
don't
you just gotta bite the bullet. I have 2 iPhones here if you need one.
I don't think she'll ever do it.
She's just
I'm the only one with an iPhone in my family. It's awful.
That is terrifying.
I know.
I think, yeah, like Blackberries, we used to have all Blackberries and we were a Blackberry household. Mm-hmm. And then nobody has Blackberries besides Kim Kardashian anymore, so.
She still has a Blackberry?
Yeah, she still has one because she likes the way it types. And so that's like her main, she uses BBM with Kanye.
Oh my god.
And that does not stand for anything gross. It's just BlackBerry Messenger.
Only data-ish things. F iPhones. Okay. Nope, she's not on the iPhone. Hey.
All right.
Sorry.
She's absolutely against it. Well, now I need to know her favorite color of Gatorade. No, I'm kidding. That was such an old poll. I feel bad. I was like, people actually got really heated about this, and then I forgot about it, and then I just saw it on the show notes.
Oh yeah, what did they get heated? Like, I never saw the results of the poll.
If you call things, or like Gatorade flavors, if you call it by color or actual flavor, like if you say Berry Blast or do you say blue? That's all I was wondering.
What did people say? They say color, right?
They say mostly color. I'm like, I want blue Gatorade, but then now there's like 5 different blues, and I didn't realize that. And then I went to Quick Trip. I just tell people to get me things, and they usually just show up.
Yeah, but it should be known. Like, when you say I want blue Gatorade, it is the original blue Gatorade, not the ice blue Gatorade.
You think? Like, the ice blue one is gross.
There's that one that throws everybody off, and it's my favorite one. What is it? The green one that's like almost yellow, and it's like cucumber.
Yes.
Instead of lime.
Yes. like lemon lime Gatorade is the OG. That's literally the first one that they created. Right. Some people said orange, and I'm like, okay, orange Gatorade to me is disgusting. For one, it just is. But 2, when I was in high school, we mixed whiskey because we didn't have any mixers. Ugh. And, us being smart, we had orange Gatorade. So mixed whiskey with orange Gatorade. And it was the grossest thing I've ever had. So I'm like, I can't do orange Gatorade anymore. No. Not happening. This is actually a hat from high school.
I was wondering. I was like trying to figure out what the hell that was.
Were you?
I was like, is that a Mixer hat? It looks like Mixer's new logo, and so
it does. Sorry, my headphones are cutting out. No, it is a Hurley hat from my skating phase.
Nice. You rode a skateboard?
No, God no. I had no. Oh. I had just had the shoes. I had the hat. I had the accessories. I had the attitude. AKA,
I always wanted to. Like, I wanted to be a PacSun person, but their stuff was so expensive. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it was like flimsy cargo pants for $80.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Like, just because they zipped away does not mean I needed them. We are working on getting... Megan's been working on this, and I am too. We'll announce it when we're finally ready. We are going to be working with a direct merch guy now. So we're going to be able to get you guys high quality stuff. If you guys see or hear something on the show that's funny, you can chime in with that. I got my Goddammit Megan shirt the other day.
Oh yeah, where is that?
It's upstairs. It doesn't work with my CEO uniform this week.
True.
It's weird. I'm trying it. I don't know. I think my tattoo is like leaked onto my shirt. It's cool.
Oh no.
Like, I have no idea. That tattoo is not healing as well as I thought it would.
It's only been a week.
I know, but it's usually because I don't ever do color, so I found out about this also yesterday or Monday when I was getting my hair done. I did not know that color tattoos hurt more.
I did not know that either.
Because all of mine have been black and white. Aren't yours all black and white?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So color actually hurts. It's more like it's a different sting. And so when I sat through that whole outline of like just the black ink and the shading and everything else, no problem. I thought it was because we took a break, and it kind of was too. But come back with a color, and it just was like, ugh, it hurt. So she was telling me about that, but because she has color all over.
She does have a lot of color, big pieces.
She just got more too.
Really?
Yeah, she got her Patronus on her forearm. And it's really cool looking. And then she got a tiny little red heart on her wrist, like on like that corner. You'll see it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was like,
you're like, I can't see you.
Can't
wait. More ink. Yeah, it was fun. We did that.
We did that. Where you got yours is where my tattoo hurt extra long. Like the rest of this part that hurt for like a day and then it was fine. This one hurt for the entire 2 weeks it took to heal. Like I couldn't move my arm.
Because you don't realize how much you do move that arm though.
Yeah.
It's like shit. Like even just sleeping. I've been sleeping like an urchin, so that's probably why I'm also in the mornings just a little bit extra crabby.
Extra. I'm a little bit extra in the morning.
Mercury's in retrograde, that's why.
You know who else has been extra lately? Patrick Mahomes on Twitter.
Yeah, he instead of taking like a vacation, he's just like chiming in even more on social media, and I dig it.
I'm into it as well. I like it. I like that he's interacting. I mean, he's young, so like he should be, you know. This is his time to thrive, and he is full on building a brand. I don't know who's managing that kid, but he is all about becoming an influencer.
He is.
But like he'll like go out of his way. Like the other day he tweeted, there was a Kansas City video going around and he quote tweeted it and said he tagged a bunch of Chiefs players and his girlfriend and was like, let's go to the zoo and zip lining. I was like, if that doesn't get you free, completely blocked off zoo time and zip lining, I don't know what does, you know?
Yeah, and it would have to be blocked off because at this point I don't think Patrick Mahomes can go anywhere in Kansas City and not get mobbed.
No, definitely not.
He's kind of a big deal.
Also not a unrecognizable face. So, like, you can't ever... He's not going to be the type that can just go out and be not seen.
Exactly. The hair, the face, even him and his girlfriend are very, like, recognizable together just because she posts so much of, like, their home life now with the dogs and everything else. So... You know, good luck going out in Kansas City incognito. I'm sure we'll see him at the Big 12 tournament supporting Texas Tech, especially since they're going to be doing, I mean, they've had a great season. They're still ranked higher than K-State. You know, they're still an incredible team. K-State is going to have a lot of supporters there just because, you know, this is a big deal. You know, we actually have a chance now to share a piece of it or win it outright. So I'm excited. It'll be fun, but Mahomes will probably be there, and maybe I'll run into him again this year. I will have my own color of hair. This was a very big problem last year. Nobody knew what color of hair I had, and people were mad about it because one day it was purple, one day it was seafoam, and the next day it was blonde.
You did do a lot of wigs. I forgot about that. That was funny.
Nobody knew. And they're like, did you just dye your hair? I'm like, yeah, from last night. And I was watching an episode. This is really embarrassing. I was watching an episode of The Kardashians, and they're like, Kim goes, do you think everyone will think I dyed my hair? And then the hairstylists are like, black people will know what's up, but white people will definitely think you dyed your hair. White people in wigs, they don't get it yet. They don't get it. Between eyelash extensions, don't understand that. Don't understand, like, highlighter. Why are you so shiny? Why do you do this? It's like, I can't deal with it. Thank you to YouTube. I feel like we've developed further as a species because we're all getting better looking, down to the awkward teenagers that usually don't ever look good for like 5 or 6 years. But you know, with other things like Momo, it is very disturbing as well.
Momo. That's funny.
I've literally had to hide every single electronic device in my home that I do not have direct control over because I am terrified of it. It's okay.
Anything that sparks fear in children, I'm just like.
See, and you would have been great, like, back in the day when, like, the Grimm brothers were writing all these, like, stories about, like, Hansel and Gretel, like, getting off and, like, getting eaten by a witch. You would be like, ha ha! You might have been a Grimm brother. We don't know.
You don't know. Surprise, I'm a descendant.
Surprise, I'm Cinderella. No, what Disney princess would you be?
My favorite was not a Disney princess. It was Anastasia. She was part of the time, but officially it was a Fox film.
Yeah, people forget that. They think that she's part of it, and she's not. But
no,
I could see that.
Yeah, I would rock that. Otherwise, I think I like Elsa, the new one.
Elsa's pretty cool. I didn't really. My favorite Disney characters were always like, I don't know, Simba and Mufasa. So, can't really be a lion. Can I identify as a lion?
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds good.
That's what you do now.
What do we have coming up on Freaky Friday anyways? Speaking of weird shit.
Freaky Friday. We don't know yet. We'll know roughly what the seeding will be for the Big 12 tournament. We won't know officially.
Yeah. We can do everything but 1 and 2.
So we'll talk about that. Perhaps we'll do some star charts on some of the college basketball teams. I don't know.
What race is coming up this weekend?
This weekend they are in Arizona. They're down at spring training, actually. So
yeah. Are the Royals going to be there?
I don't think they're going to go to the race, but they might.
That'd be awesome.
Honestly, it's probably going to be the other way. Like, a lot of the racers are baseball fans, so I'll expect them out there.
Well, because they know it's like not exactly easy for these guys to get time off during spring training to go see a race either. So I can understand that. I respect that. But it would just be interesting to see, like, oh hey, get the Royals and all of NASCAR. But NASCAR, I support. I am still number one NASCAR fan. Mm-hmm. I support that they are going to warm weather all the time.
Yes, yeah. They do like to do their western kick pretty early in the season, so that way they can get all the warm climates out of the way. Obviously, they start in Florida, which is already warm, but they don't go to the crazy cold stuff until later.
Hell, I mean, even like North Carolina at this point would be too cold.
Yeah. Honestly, though, it's kind of weird because I feel like, well, they can't do it just because the fans would be bad, but the racers would like it quite a bit more if they were in colder weather.
Why is that? Because it's just easier for them to drive because they got so much stuff and it's already like boiling hot?
Well, the tracks themselves are easier to drive on when it's a cool track. Hot tracks tend to be a little bit slippery. Okay. So they're fishtailing a lot more, losing control. But then also in the cars themselves, they have no heating, no air conditioning. So when you have to deal, you're literally sitting next to the engine of your car in a full flight suit type of thing, fire suit. So it is a little warm. So I'd imagine that cooler nights would feel a little bit better to drive in.
Well, hell yeah. That's the best. I love having the heat on with my windows down. I'm a weirdo.
Oh, I love that too.
Man.
My heat never works though, so.
So are you team, would you like a convertible? Would you like have the heat on and like have the convertible top down? Are you one of those?
I am not team convertible. I hate convertibles. Okay. But in theory, yes.
I feel bad because back in the day, I said men who drive Chrysler Sebrings convertibles are suspect.
Well, they are.
I was tweeting that because Michael Scott drove one in the office, and my buddy Jesse that I wrote about in the article that when he passed away a couple years ago, he had a freaking Sebring convertible at the time. And he was like one of my like 10 Twitter followers, and he's like, "What the hell, man?" And so the next time that I saw him, he was driving with the top down, and just to piss me off, he was wearing a visor too.
Oh no. That's amazing.
Because I lived in Aggieville, so everyone knew where I was, and it's like, if you drove by enough, and he was texting me, he's like, "Look out your window," and I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" It's like, damn you. No That's visors, hilarious. No convertible. Like, women in convertibles, whatever, if you want to, like, get crushed to death when you roll your car, go for it. I'm just not a fan of it.
I don't like it. I mean, There's no need. There's no need, especially with cars that have like the full moonroof situation happening now.
Ooh, those are so cool.
Yeah. You don't need a convertible. You look like an idiot. Your hair looks bad.
The last time I was in a convertible was the douchiest moment of my life. I think I was on Instagram. I was like, I was at Tanner's and somebody's like, let's go to Outlaw Cigar Shop. I was like, yes, 100% yes. Get out there. And I'm like, oh, I didn't drive. I Ubered. And they're like, it's okay. We'll take my Bentley. What?
Bentley convertible.
Bentley convertible. And I sat in the back. I was just like, this is very uncomfortable. This is too much money to be on wheels.
Oh my god. I would be terrified of that.
I was like, thank God we're only going in a straight line. Just a straight line, and we're going to be safe. But if you guys like convertibles, you hate convertibles, you want to comment on anything that we had to say today, we have our Twitter handles right below, right there. You want to point to yours too. Good job. You did it.
Nailed it.
You did it blindly too, which is even more
I didn't think about it. Like, watch me pause. Like
right there, I think. So you can always get a hold of us there at Sprots Steaks. You can find us on everything, right?
Everything. At Sprots Takes, at Sprots Scat, at Sprots Glitter on all the platforms, even on Snapchat, which we're not there anymore, but if you wanted to, it's the same there.
Yeah, Snapchat, this is your official notice. You've got a 2-week window, and I'm just going to fucking delete the app because it's so pointless.
And we're going to TikTok. We're TikTokers now.
We are TikTokers now. That is all you need to know. Once again, my name is Gat.
And I'm Glitter.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back on Friday.
Yes.
Bye.